We started in our home, like we mentioned earlier. It was a small tower garden originally that Debbie started experimenting with just to grow our own produce for our house to eat. And then she came up with this idea, why don't we go bigger? And you saw the little tower that we had inside. We built that into a bedroom and started experimenting with seeds, and pea shoots was kind of the big thing. It's real easy to grow. And we approached Whole Foods with that idea, and they said, yes, we would absolutely love to buy that product from you.
That's in 2013.
Yeah, that's how it all started, and then it just took off from there.
I would say I was in the restaurant business for 35 years, and I always knew that there were small vegetables, being microgreens, that the chefs used, and trying to create a local business that we could do produce 365 days a year. And that's kind of where this concept came up. And then the retail line of products that went into Whole Foods, Harmon and Smith, was created because we were tasting these microgreens that we were delivering to the chefs as a garnish and thinking, these are better than a garnish. We need to have these in some type of form that we can share with the general public so they can enjoy these flavors because they're so intense. And the nutrient value can be up to 40% more than a larger size or even a baby-sized product. So nutrition, flavor, bringing it to the local people in a salad, we thought was a really fun thing to do. We have been working with Philips and General Electric, and General Electric and Philips are really the forefront of agriculture, innovative agriculture over in Holland and the Netherlands. And more that the marijuana industry has come into or created a lot of the demand for this market. Now you're seeing produce come into this market using the same technology that marijuana growers use. General Electric and Philips they're always doing case studies and will use us and call us to do questions about the lighting. And then you have full climate control in there with humidity and heat. So we have sensors and monitors that do all of that. And so that's a technology that we use inside.
And timers, obviously,
Yeah.
to turn the light on. So we can, in the middle of January, we can give the plants 18 hours of sunlight just like they would in the middle of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it very consistent year-round.
So with any hydroponic garden, you need a growing media that's not dirt. And a lot of people will use different types of fibers, and our choice is to use burlap because when it goes to landfill, it is so biodegradable, it is gone in an instant, and actually we feel like we're helping the landfills in turn by throwing this product in there. So then we put the seeds on the burlap, they go onto our system, they're fertigated with water and fertilizer nutrients, and then we reuse and recapture all of the water that we use, and it keeps going around in a circle.
What we do when we're done is we wash them in the soaking tanks over there. It's got a bleach, and that kills anything that may have grown, any kind of algae or bacteria. And then, as we showed you inside, the water that's recaptured, it goes through an ozonating system. So any kind of bacteria, pathogens is eliminated completely. And the byproduct of that is oxygen-rich water. So that's the water that starts, and then it gets pumped through and dosed with the fertilizer and anything that we want to create the nutrients that the plants need.
So what we do for zero waste is we only seed based on order. So we know what the demand is, and we can grow that much exactly. And as demand increases, then we have to have that flexibility to come on. With that being said, we do have some extra stuff. So at the end of the day or at the end of the week, we donate that to the Christian Center Food Bank. And we've donated over 1,200 pounds so far, and we just started in June with our donations there. Well, this is the retail product line that we designed based on nutritional values. So one of those, of course, is kale. The other one is broccoli, and broccoli has been found to reduce cancer in your body, cancer cells. The pea shoots are absolutely tasty, And so is the peppercress, which is high in antioxidants.
And the pea shoots have got a very high plant-based protein.
Yeah, that's great. Then we have our chef line of products. We have, like Grant said, over 30 of those, everything from our pea tendrils. We also sell produce by the pound so that they can use it for a salad. And that would be our retail product line of kale, broccoli, and pea shoots that get sold in the bags for the salads. Then we have a basic mix. Our assorted edible flowers that we have outside. So we have about a half-acre garden that we grow edible produce, mint and flowers and things.
Well, I think the trend now is to want to know where your food comes from. You know, it's not coming from South America, it's not being shipped thousands of miles, and people want to know that. You know, the farm-to-table movement is big right now. And they want
real food.
Real food.
Real food.
Yeah, healthy food, not processed food. So, food safety, I mean, that's number one.
Yeah.
And then obviously the taste is very important. The visual is important. You know, it's got to look good. It's got to be consistent to the chefs, to the grocery stores.
When we started off is with the chefs in Whole Foods in Park City. From there we went and spoke with Muir Copper Canyon and Cisco, and both of them came on with us for distribution to Whole Foods and distribution to restaurants. Then this last year when we came into this property and had our grand opening in June, we have had US Foods come on board with us now, and then we have had Kroger come in, so we're in 50 of their stores, select stores. And the distribution is from Reno to Wyoming to Billings, Montana to down south St. George. And we're hoping to get into some of the Las Vegas market and stock with that. In May of 2018, we were visited by the Department of Agriculture, U.S. Department of Agriculture, and the head of the Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C. is Sonny Perdue, and his assistant actually came and toured our facility, and I asked her at that point in time, have you ever seen anything like this and growing method like this in the United States? And she said that she had not. And I was shocked that we had actually been able to succeed, create this, produce it, and be able to bring it to the general public right here in the state of Utah. It's Utah, and we're proud. I guess we never really thought of ourselves as being at the forefront in a nationwide process, in a local-wide process. And then when the USDA said that nationally we are in the forefront and that we grew this business organically out of a bedroom in our home, in 2012 we started, in 2013 we started servicing customers. And to be here now doing what we're doing, I can see this being so easy to duplicate in the future, and that this is where a lot of our good, clean food is going to come from. We use predatory bugs in order to take care of any of the flies or anything that we do, so we don't have to use the pesticides, and of course there's no weeds, so we don't use any herbicides. So you're going to find that in large warehouse spaces, definitely in the future for urban farming. That's one thing we do, is we encourage chefs to come and do a tasting so they can see the flavors, taste the flavors, excuse me. They're more than welcome to contact us on either of those websites, and it has my contact information and cell phone number.